Oh my god, I've been talking to myself for 10 minutes. 10 minutes I was talking to myself. And I've been on mute the whole time. I'm going to cry. I mean, thank God Quali didn't start. But you... No wonder that was 10 minutes of oh my god. It's a good thing you said that, Shap. Otherwise I would have gone the whole comment stream. The whole stream without realising I'd been on mute. I've been chatting away, going on about beer and how Peas is a crap admin and Velocity got stabbed at work. And I've just... Why... Oh my god, it's not official time. We're doing a daytime. Oh no. Why is it daytime, Peas? Oh, I'm gonna have to drink for this. Big swig. How have you forgotten to put it on official? What the hell? This is an absolute atrocity. Oh my god. This is disgusting. Bahrain should not be in the day. Oh my god. I mean, that beer is actually quite nice, that Brewdog Lager, but the taste in my mouth is not from the beer, it's from P's crap organisation, because we are apparently in Bahrain in the day. I really hope... Are we going to bother with a restart? No, we're just going to go for a midday race. This is honestly... now, I thought the most embarrassing thing today would be me chatting away, not realising that I was on mute. But there you go. There you have it. It's been topped straight away. Topped absolutely straight away with the fact that that we're in daytime. Is this going to be a restart? What do you mean you lot are useless, Velocity? The most I did was put myself on mute. Peas was the one who had the settings and stuff. Can't blame this on me, Velocity. You can blame it on Peas, though. We're gonna have to. We're surely gonna have to restart. I mean, daytime conditions are massively different to nighttime conditions. Peas doesn't even have everyone added, so it's going to take another hour to invite everyone. I'm going to need something stronger, aren't I, to get through this? Because I don't know how... Peas has just left. He's just... I think he's gone to just end it. It's a restart, yeah. I'm not surprised. Well, this has been an unbelievable start to the stream. I bet Velocity is buzzing watching this happen. Because... yeah. Oh my god. Oh, 10 minutes on mute of silence. But that, you know, that's nothing. You know, no one's gonna watch that back. Do I just restart the stream at this point? I don't even know. Oh, I'm not gonna bother restarting the stream. Yeah. Painful is all I can say. Pretty painful. Yeah. Another big swig. One thing I will say, Velocity, is if you have that Brewdog Lager, it's good. It's good. It's I think it's 5.4%. It's like a Pilsner, like a higher percentage, but tastier. A lot more. It tastes more European, I'd say. Sort of like a beer you get if you were in Germany or... Yeah, probably... Yeah, better quality, I'd say. Surprisingly nice. Yeah, surprisingly nice. I mean, I was a bit... Brewdog do good beers and good lagers, but that's pretty good. I was a bit sceptical because it was carbon neutral, but I wanted to do my bit for the environment. Well, there's not a new lobby now. I wanted to do my bit for the environment and have an eco-friendly beer. That's my pledge to end climate change. I know Velocity did as well. You know, the Velocity International League, we value climate change. We value climate change. We value the fight against climate change. We take it very seriously. So we have valiantly got free beers from the Brewdog Lager website. And you know what? If we have to drink that to save the planet, that's pretty good, to be honest. I've got my trusty Stella as well. I mean, usually I'd drink it to beat my wife Velocity, but he's not here, unfortunately. So yeah, I'm just I will keep an eye on comments and stuff. I'm just looking in the Discord. You even bottling the settings, and P's can't spell. Yeah, this has not been it's not been amazing, has it? This is I bloody hope it's a one-off. Because we can't afford to have this every week, please. Jesus. Yeah, we just wait now for him to set up a new session, and it looks like I will be here until midnight. To be honest, Shap, by the time Velocity gets back from work, we will probably be in Q1 at this rate, so he will probably be joining me then. So don't you worry, Shap. He will probably be in the commentary booth with me because it's taking so long to organise. I just need to check the Discord again. Is this lobby set up yet? It is. Oh, exciting. Just making sure no uncertain terms that Peas knows it's the official time. I don't know how you forget that, to be honest. And especially at Bahrain, it's quite important. The whole thing is a night race. Yeah, vehicle damage is simulation. Okay, he's changed that. Oh, this is good. I'm enjoying it. Gonna be here till midnight, and at this rate I'm gonna have to get a lot more to drink. I have got another 3 Brewdog lager cans, which are about 3/4 pints, because I got a pint glass here, and it fills up about 75-80% of it. So. Considering it's free, very good value for money, and I've also got a Stella left as well. So it looks like I'm gonna have to get Steam to get through this one at this rate. Yeah, P's not proving to be very popular at the moment as an admin. Yeah, we've wasted quite a lot of time. We are, how many minutes are we into this? We are 17 minutes odd into this this stream, and we haven't even started the Q1 yet, which is always good. The good thing is my PS4's calmed down a bit. No longer sounds like a Boeing 747 taking off. It just sounds like a Boeing 747 in the air. So slightly less loud. So if anyone's still watching, fair enough. I'm impressed if you still are. Considering nothing's happened in 17 minutes. What are your thoughts on the new cars for 2021? Obviously we've now had all of them bar Williams and Ferrari, but we know what Ferrari's going to be like. I don't imagine Williams will be that much different. I think it will be blue and white again. Might be some different different placement of the colours, obviously some new sponsors. Will we see Rich Energy come back to Formula 1? Because they kept saying that they're going to return to F1. But then again, it's William's story. He's a knobhead, so... but the only option it looks like that if Rich Energy are going to come back is going to be on the Williams car. But I don't... I mean, it's not really much of an upgrade, I guess, from their previous one with Haas. But Williams shouldn't be the slowest car on the grid next year because of Haas. They're not developing their 2021 car at all. Shap saying Haas pretty sus. Yeah, it is effectively a Russian flag. But to be honest, even though it is a Russian flag, I kind of it's better than last year's livery. Last year's I really wasn't a fan of. It was just really grey and meh. I mean, this isn't amazing. I was hoping for better, to be honest, from Haas. You know, the black and gold would have been cool or whatever, but still, it's it's better than last year's, but it's not amazing. It's just a Russian flag. The Aston Martins is a sexy colour scheme, although it is essentially a W11. The similarities are pretty incredible. Shap's in nasty was great. No, it wasn't for the Haas. It was absolutely the white and greyish black. It was I disagree with that completely. The Alpine actually has got to be my favourite car so far, and I know a lot of people will say Aston Martin, but for me, Alpine, I think that's the best looking car on the grid. Closely followed by Alfa Romeo, even though it's really simple. Just the switch of the red and the white in location just looks so good. It looks so clean. Then I'd say the Aston Martin. I think the Merc is a bit of a downgrade, I'd say, from last year. I don't know, like, it's nice, and I shouldn't get as much hate as it does this year's Merc, but yeah, it was always going to be tough to follow up on that design last year. Red Bull's obviously amazing, incredible. They change that up every year, don't they? But it's only because it's new, it ain't that great. No, I didn't say it was great, but it's better than last year's. Last year's was just too boring. This has got a bit more... You know, I like the front wing of it, even though it is essentially a Russian flag on the front wing. It looks nice, I think. It looks nice. Now, it's the moment of truth. Has P's got it right second time round? Are we going to see Q1 and actually see a lap take place? That would be wonderful. Oh, you mean Alpine? No, I think the colour scheme's nice, and it's good to have... Well, yeah, it is also partly because it's new, but it's refreshing to have a different sort of colour scheme. No, I think it looks pretty good. I like it. But I actually did like the Renault as well last year, so... I think, I think it's probably my favourite so far. Obviously, if it's different and new, you're gonna usually either like it or hate it. I mean... And the Alpine one, I think, is pretty nice. The nicest of the new liveries, in my opinion. Yeah, the Red Bull does look good, in all fairness, yeah. It's always been a good-looking car, really, since they've been in F1, really. Even though it hasn't changed all too much. It does look good, and whilst we got our first person out, I better get on lap data. And it looks like first out we have got Chazza. He's one of our commenters, one of our people in the comment section watching this, certainly listening to it. I hope he isn't watching it now on his outlap. But so yeah, hope he does well. I'll always be slightly biased to people who comment because it makes me feel less lonely. But no, he a little bit of a twitch there. No, it's his outlap, but seemed to have a lot of oversteer. Yeah, Chazza in that AlphaTauri. What are your thoughts on the AlphaTauri? Obviously, they switched. There's a bit more sort of dark blue on it. It looks a bit plastic, in my opinion, the AlphaTauri. Although, having seen it since the launch, where there's a video of Sonoda and Gasly driving side by side, I thought it did look a bit better. But even so, I'm not totally fond of it compared to last year. But obviously, drivers won't care. Main thing is is competitive. Dan Murphy is immediately retired in the pits. He's doing his usual start from the back for some reason. Shap says it's time to get the 23. Be right back. Looks better with dark on top, in my opinion. Yeah, is that referenced? Well, it's because all got dark on top this year. I'm guessing it's a reference to the more dark on top for 2021. So we watched Chazza start his lap. It just looks a bit plastic, in my opinion. Like, oh, Chazza is... Well, he's definitely aborting that lap. That was very interesting. So we're going to go off him, and we're going to go to German, who's starting his lap. Can he do turn 1 any better than Chazza? Certainly hope so. Gone quite deep still, but he's managed to crucially keep it on track. Keep his lap going. You see in the background the Renault, that is AC Immortal, one of our reserves, a regular reserve now actually, AC Immortal. Very consistent available, which is very good. It's what you want from reserve, and I'm sure he'll want a seat if it comes available. German then, that's a really tricky corner there, easy to lock up. It's tricky with no ABS anyway. Kind of big lockups there. He's not using... Oh no, actually, he is taking the esports line there through Sector 2, the end of Sector 2. Don't want to get on the inside curb here. Absolutely deadly. German stays well clear of that. Coming into the final sector now. Keeps it all 4 wheels on the track. And German will set the first time of this Q1 session. Looks like it's quite busy now on track, and as I said, he will be followed shortly by Immortal. Of course, Bahrain in 2021 will be the season opener, and German does a 125.365. What can Immortal do? It's a 126.675. He's going to be followed across the line by Tango, 125.7. Let's hope his hard drive doesn't blow up today. Blaze now to come across the line, and it's fastest so far, 125.2. I think this is Farhad. It is Farhad who will be next to cross the line. Can he go better than Immortal? He can, actually. 125.840. We've got a couple more people coming to the line. And Immortal's just done a purple sector 1. Very impressive from him. Chaz is starting his lap again. Emerson now coming across to the line. What can he set? He goes fastest now. He pips Blaze by 10 milliseconds so far. But let's keep an eye on Chapelele. Jesse's actually just starting his lap. And Shap is in sector 1 at the moment. He's promised us a 23. So far the fastest time is at 25.2, but of course we are in Q1, so expect those times to ramp up. Big lock-up there from Shap, but I don't think it's compromised him at all. Those lock-ups can sometimes be beneficial because it means you can brake later. He's done well to avoid a lock-up though through that corner. Of course, Bahrain, pretty entertaining track to watch as well. We've had some pretty good races, especially with the new format here. Of course, last year was more memorable for that horrific Grosjean crash, where I'm sure many of us, I certainly did, thought we'd witnessed a death. I mean, we saw a car explode and rip in half. I did not have much hope, and Shap has invalidated, and you can see him weave to the side with frustration because he has invalidated that time. So we have to wait for Shap's first lap. Jesse also invalidated. Everyone else in the pits, FTH on an out lap. Everyone else done their first times, although Chazza's going again, I think. So... Oh no, he's not going again, not with that time anyway. Is Jesse going to have enough fuel to go again? If not, it'll be FTH, the next one to set a time. I presume we're going to see a comment from Shap soon about the frustration. Jesse is going to go again, so we'll have someone to ride on board with for a flying lap. That's good to see. As he's in the McLaren, which is pretty much identical to what it's going to be what in 2021, as we saw. Obviously, the main difference is drivers. I think it will be... Oh, well, that is... Don't want to do a Grosjean there. Just speaking of that horrific crash. But yeah, that is not the line to go at all. FTH then starts his flying lap. And Jesse will have to go again. Really messed up that. That opening chicane. Can FTH fare any better? Our sole Turkish representative. Pretty quick on his day. In the Red Bull for this season, his teammate Denzo, one of the title contenders. His teammate obviously in P2 in the championship, a point behind Shapalole. Denzo and FTH will be hoping that, you know, that's a good partnership. They could potentially go for constructors, although it's going to take a lot to beat Emerson and Total P's this season for the constructors. In that, because that is probably the best driver pairing. Although we know Total P's does love to bottle, and apparently he loves to bottle when he's an admin as well, as we've seen from today. He and Emerson have both retired after their opening laps. They're confident they're through, so they're confident. Not many people are going to be in the 24s or 23s. That 23 time seems very ambitious from Chapelot at the moment, although it is only Q1. FTH as well to not invalidate. Then we just had Jesse did complete his time, but it was very slow. Chaz also with a slow time. Liam Yer on a flying lap as well, but we're going to keep him board with FTH as he comes across the line now and does a 1:26.134. We got Mars just starting his flying lap. Liam Yer further down the road in the racing point, which of course the pink racing point will now be the green with the tinges of pink, with the Aston Martin racing team with Sebastian Vettel and Lance Stroll. Exciting for next season, definitely. There's been quite a few driver changes and quite a few livery changes. Don't usually get that many, in all fairness. It only happens sort of once every 5 years, and it is usually when you either have a rake change or big driver changes or ownership changes, as what happened with Aston Martin buying BWT Racing Point as and becoming the sole sponsor. The main sponsor. Liam Yer then into sector 2, 1:04.663 in his middle sector. In what is essentially the 2019 Mercedes. Will be interesting to see how quick Aston Martin are next season, because they are in the 2020 Mercedes, the fastest car of all time in terms of lap times in Formula 1. He's done a 1:26.073, Liam, yeah? So pretty decent time. Mars is coming round into... That is not the right time. It's saying he's doing a 1:15. Okay, that's a glitch. Rick Dalton has gone fastest with 1:24.994, the first person into the 24s. Denzo on an outlap. So Shap saying bottling without velocity. Tango saying I have no confidence in the car at the moment. Yeah, so Denzo on an outlap, as I said. I'm not sure what's going on with Mars. I'm guessing invalidated. And there's some lag involved because, yeah, the timings was a bit messed up. Ole's gone a tiny bit wide there. Getting very close to that curb, but making sure not to touch it because that equals death. That is for sure. So One will be the next one to cross the line, and then Denzo will start his flying lap. As I said, Rick Dalton, the fastest man on track at the moment. Shap has put his first time in, a 1:25.2. I did miss that. But Rick Dalton fastest on track at the moment, and the first person in the 24s. Only does a 1:42.2, so I'm imagining that was not a push lap, or I'm hoping for his sake it wasn't a push lap. Denzo making sure he's got plenty of space to crack. He's going to invalidate both. Yeah, he's going into the pits. Not really sure what the thinking was there, to be honest. I really don't, but he's gone straight back into the pits. So we look for people on laps then, because Denzo's clearly not on a lap. Wait, hang on a minute. He's just driven through the pit lane. And now he's done the fastest lap of the 24.8. Something is not right here. Is it my internet? Or is that Denzo's internet? I don't know. Please let me know. Bit scared after that because Denzo's done a drive-through and still done a 124.8 and is the fastest man on track. So Chapelele be very afraid because Denzo can do a 24.8 apparently doing a drive-through. Imagine what he can do without doing the drive-through. As One doesn't have an amazing exit there, and yeah, he's going to go into the pits even though he looks like he was going to improve. Or is that another glitch of him, and is he going to do a drive-through as well? If he does, then we definitely know it's my internet. No, he is coming in. Okay, well, that's somewhat reassuring. Shap, you're avoiding the fact that Denzo has done a 124.8 in the pit whilst doing a drive-through. So you're just not acknowledging that. I understand why, it's pretty scary. Mars did a 26.2, Immortal 26.2. Everyone's set a lap now who hasn't retired. And currently in the drop zone, of course we've only got 17 drivers. In the drop zone is Chazza, and Dan Murphy's out for sure. So only one other person will be getting eliminated. At the moment it's Chazza, but only is definitely not safe with that time. Of a 142.2. We've got German switching to the mediums for whatever reason. Denzo is apparently an alien, so I'm a bit scared of spectating him. I think FTH is he? No, it's not another flying. If he was, he's not having a great go at it. Chazza's just done a 27.8. Yeah, Denzo is glitching all over the place. He was in the middle of the... Look, he's in the pits, but he's not in the pits. What is going on? And now it goes off. Now he doesn't exist. It won't let me go on. Very scared. Blaze about to start his flying lap. Hopefully we have better connection with him, so I don't see someone do a quickest lap, but doing a drive-through at the same time, or sort of teleporting onto the track, or was it something in my beer? Maybe I've been spiked, because this is very bizarre, and that is also bizarre from Blaze. He's completely missed his braking zone. Gets out the way of the racing point of Tango, who has done 4 laps apparently on these soft tyres. I don't trust anything anymore. I don't trust anything anymore. I have seen Denzo do a fastest lap with a driving through the pits. I have seen Denzo then be in the pit lane apparently, but not be in the pit lane, be in the middle of the track and then teleport into the pits. I've seen Mars go across the line, but the time not register, and now it's saying Tango's on 4 laps. I don't really know what's going on, and I'm very terrified. But yeah, the facts on the ground that I can tell anyway is that as Tango goes massively wide, and that is not the track, and he invalidates. The facts from what I can tell is in the drop zone is Ole and Dan Murphy is eliminated from qualifying as he retired in the pits. Can we see... Yeah, okay, so Ole is up, obviously, as you'd expect in that time. Kurt Boy saying evening, Maz. Evening, Kurt Boy. I'm very scared at the moment because everyone seems to be... Either my internet's going crazy or everyone's internet seems really dodgy. Well, to be fair, it's only Denzo's internet and Mars' internet that appear dodgy for me, but yeah. Everyone retiring now because there's only one person who will be eliminated along with Dan Murphy, and at the moment that is going to be Ole unless he can improve. The time to beat at the moment is 26.2. Let's see if the Norwegian can do that. Into the final sector he goes. Bit of a lock-up, but that looks like it didn't affect him at all. He's now going to cross the line. And it's going to be a 26.1, so that is him at the moment through, but only just. If Mars improves, which I have no idea if he will, because he's lagging like crazy for me, or he was previously, Ole will be out, but FTH I think is safe. Immortal's on a lap as well, but he's a 10th down in the first sector, and he's deciding to go on holiday off the track, as you do. Oh, Ole is... Yeah, okay, that was a glitch. See, it's not giving me a delta for Mars, and I'm pretty sure he just started his lap, so why is he now... Yeah, I can't spectate Mars. It's so confusing, I don't know what's happening. Kurtboy's here for the beer review. Well, I hope it's not the beer, but ever since I drank the beer, everything's going crazy in terms of everyone's, like, lagging loads. I don't think that's the beer doing that, but maybe it is. It's a very tasty beer, so if that is a side effect, that's a real shame that the side effect is it ruins your F1 game because everyone... Well, Mars and Denzo lag for you. No, I think it is just Mars and Denzo's internet and not the beer. I'm not going to blame the beer anyway. But Kurtboy, it's a very good beer. It's a Brewdog Lager. It's a Pilsner sort of type beer. It's 5.4%. Yeah, it's good flavour. It's quite strong, but nice. So it's more certainly a sort of more European style beer. Something you have in Germany. A bit like what was the beer that I had in Cologne called? The famous beer in Cologne. I'm gonna look it up because I think that describes it best. Sort of what a similar taste is like. And this beer was amazing. We had it when I was in Cologne in the summer. Let's see. Kolsch, that's it. It's called Kolsch. It also sort of got that. It's like a slightly stronger beer Moretti as well, I'd say. That sort of type of lager. So if that's not lag, but it looks like it is, Mars is joining Dan Murphy out of qualifying. Yeah, it is lag. You're seeing another drive-through. Yeah, apparently this beer also causes every driver to do a drive-through. Well, no. To be fair, it causes... Oh, Mars is through, so Ole is out after all that. After serving his drive-through, Mars still managed to do 125.8. And that concludes Q1. Hopefully we have a less laggy Q2, but I feel like it's going to be laggy no matter what when I go to onboard with Denzo and Mars, which is a real shame because, you know, we obviously want to be on board with all the drivers that we can and give them some fair screen time, but they're going to be lagging all over the place. Hopefully that is just my internet, not theirs, because that's going to really hit them in the race if it is on their end. But yeah, that's my beer review so far of the Brewdog Lager. I'm about halfway through at the moment. You know, don't want to rush it. Want to properly enjoy it, taste it, and yeah. So far, I'd definitely say it's nicer than the other drink I've got, which is a Stella. Yeah, pretty pleasantly surprised, especially considering it's apparently carbon negative, which means that rather than just carbon neutral, which means that super eco-friendly basically. It's one of their new lager launches, and as part of the launch, they did a big giveaway of 4 free cans. So yeah, I was lucky enough to cop one of them. Well, cop 4 of them. And I'm drinking it today. Saved it for this special occasion. Yeah, Velocity. This is the effect of what happens when you're not there. Mars is apparently in the pit. What is going on? I swear it's the beer, Velocity. I don't know what's going on. We've also got Lando Norris, Charles Leclerc, and Kevin Magnussen who've joined us. And Mars has lagged out of the session. Yeah, that doesn't surprise me. And I hope the same doesn't happen to Denzo, but yeah, it looks like those guys are really struggling with internet. Well, you know what? At least Velocity got a beer review in there. So, you know, you've got to think of the positives. Although, yeah, that was probably the messiest Q1 I've ever seen. Not in terms of the driving, just purely lag, and yeah, just chaos from the game, really. So yeah, on to Q2 then. We lose 2 drivers in One and Dan Murphy, but Dan Murphy, of course, didn't take part, as he usually does. He boycotts qualifying. And we'll start from the back to do his first to first challenge, sorry. And yeah, into Q2 we go. Now I'm gonna get the detail of tyres fitted. I'm expecting quite a lot of people on the mediums here, because obviously the optimal strategy is medium hards. Softs wear quite quickly around here, especially the quicker guys. I'm expecting medium hard, and it looks like majority of people are sort of switching to the mediums. Who's going to be first out, crucially? It's going to be a Renault, and who is it going to be? Oh god, it's Mars. Get ready to see a drive-through lap. You'll see him on a flying lap, and then he'll just go in for a drive-through, because that's what keeps happening to him. So I'm a bit scared. Can someone else come out, please, Mars? It's nothing against you. Your car is so horrifically laggy, it goes in for drive-throughs all the time. As does Denzo's, in all fairness. You're not alone. His teammate is now coming out the pits, AC Immortal. So we're going to spectate that Renault instead. Okay, my game doesn't like that. Yeah, we're going to spectate that Renault instead, because I don't trust Mars's car at the moment. We got 9 viewers in the chat. Let's just see. Feel free to say hello and laugh at how messy this session has been. Also, comment on my beer review, you know, lads. I think I've got a career in it. Beer's beer. That's my main takeaway from it. But it is a nicer beer, definitely. Stronger. Got a nice aftertaste as well, actually. And it probably tastes even better because it was free. That always makes it taste nicer. We've got behind Immortal, we have got Tango. And behind him, we have got Chapelele. He's gone very quiet in the chat, obviously concentrating on quali, but he's still talking between chat. So, yeah, 2 Renaults are the 2 that will be setting their lap times first, although it probably will be Immortal sets at first, because Mars seems to be really laggy, so... although Immortal is actually going to overtake him and start his flying lap then. So... Mars quite close behind, actually. Oh no, he has backed off. Has he gone in the pits? He has. Or is that another drive-through? I'm not even going to bother checking if that's another drive-through from Mars. I'm really not. I'm just done with the amount of drive-throughs I've seen already, and I saw about 4 of them in Q1 from the 2 drivers. So Immortal will be the first one across the line. He's opted for the mediums. The optimal strategy round here. Let's see what his pace is like. Him and Farhad both into Q2 today. Oh, and that's a spin, and oh, that's a death. That is a death. Oh goodness. Oh, hopefully, yeah, Tango has got past him safely. There you have it. Wow. Immortal's not going to be getting into Q3. He's clipped the curb, and then that was a hell of a... Like, he didn't hit the curb that... he didn't hit the wall that hard. It didn't look like it anyway, but he bounced up and span around a few times. So, Tango is going to be the first person to set a time then. Wow. Yeah. Drinking game for Maz. Got to down that beer in case 2 or more drivers qualify on mediums. Well, I'm going to be downing the beer then, because everyone's going to be... I imagine about 4 or 5 drivers will be qualifying on the mediums, Kurt. Well, I'm not sure that's very fair, as Tango does a 1:29.8. Tempting to play along though. I'll think about it. Don't want to get too steaming for commentary. I don't think Velocity will be very happy with that. Next across the line will be Chapelele. He has gone on the mediums as well. And it's going to be a 1:25.9. So a 20... considering that we saw a lot of people in the 25s on the softs, that's an incredible time on the mediums. And maybe Shap is not all talk about that 23. Blazers opted for the soft tyre rather than the mediums. Shap is definitely through on the mediums with that time. Unless everyone goes soft. Blaze does a 25.2 and he's on the soft, so he's only 7/10 quicker than Chapelele on a different tyre, which is quite extraordinary. P's also opted for the softs. He will be the next one to cross the line. So we'll stick on board with him in that Mercedes that looks even sexier at night. I'm going to miss that livery for next year, I really am. It's so good, especially that front of the car, that front black is so good. I mean, the cross is a meh, but the front end of that car is absolutely beautiful, and the artificial light from the night sky under Bahrain and the lights there make it look even better. So yeah, anyway, let's see what P's can do. He seemed quite a bit off Blaze this time. I think Blaze did a 1:04.8 in that middle sector, so looks like it's not going to be the quickest time so far. We got people preparing for their flying laps. I think that was a Williams. Oh no, it was Blaze. He was going in for a lap. Well, it might have been Rick Dalton going for a out lap. Knowlesy's joined. Didn't realise we were expecting him. Pease does a 26.867 on the soft, so he's definitely going to be opting for the mediums then, because that looks like a deliberately slow time, and he's going to start on the mediums. Farhad next on a lap, or is Jesse ahead of him? Oh yeah, Jesse's going to come across the line next, then it will be Farhad. So let's see what Jesse can do in the McLaren. Jesse comes across the line and it's a 1:26.357, pretty respectable time on the mediums. Farhad has opted for the softs. Yeah, just a reminder, so far we have lost already one person, Mortal, with what looked like a pretty, normal crash, but hell of a bounce off that wall. You can see why Grosjean's car exploded if that's the reaction you get with a tiny tap on the wall. But yeah, actually, you know what? I will have a drink for Immortal. I'm sorry. I hope you're okay, Immortal. Your virtual self is going to be up for the race, because I did look nasty, so I'll have a drink on you. Farhad, that is a really quick middle sector, and that is definitely purple, because judging what the middle sector was from Blaze, that was a 1:04 as well, and I think that was even quicker from Farhad. So maybe this is his track. We'll see. Farhad comes across the line now, and it's a 25.6. That's a very good time. Very good time indeed. He's second fastest. Only 4/10 off Blaze. He'll be... Well, if he's not happy about that, he should be happy about that. Denzo probably about to do a drive-through. Yeah, apparently only 40 seconds in Sector 3. Not even going to bother being on board with him. Same with Mars, considering the lag at the moment. Emerson will be next across the line then. Well, Denzo will be, but we won't get his time for a while, apparently. So Emerson crosses the line, only a 1:26.536 on the mediums. So he opted to go straight on the mediums. Rick Dalton's is a 1:26.147 in the Williams. Also on the mediums. Denzo still on his lap. Again, goes into the pits after invalidating. FTH is... Oh, and that is a big slide, and he's actually lucky he didn't invalidate there, but that's going to severely affect his time. And I wonder if he doesn't abandon that completely. He might have fuel to go again, in all fairness, as he's on the mediums. No, he's going to go straight in. Yeah, it was a big slide from him. So Mars did do a 1:27.062. Denzo's still on an out lap, apparently. He has to do 3 laps before it's a flying lap, according to this game. God, this is very confusing. Everyone else in the pits or in laps as we see Chaz's car tucked away for its bedtime. 5 minutes left of Q2, and in the drop zone currently, German, Liam, Chazza and FDH. We've lost Immortal to a crash. So, yeah, so far, but to be fair to all 4 of those in the drop zone, they have not done any times. So, they are clearly doing a one-shot quali. And, yeah, so far, Mars the slowest of the bunch so far on the medium tyres. P's on an outlap, P's on the mediums. He did a deliberately slow lap on the softs so he could improve. He's about to start his flying lap now, so we will stay on board for him. Well, on the camera with him. It'll be a mixture of on board and sort of cinematic view. I'm an amazing director, as you can see from these. Denzo has lagged out the session. That does not surprise me at all. He did do a 26.027 before he did. So that actually should... Well, he might be through with that anyway. And that's on the mediums as well. Only a 10th off Chapelele. It's a shame because it's a shame his internet's not better, because I think this is going to be a really good battle for pole. And it would be a really good battle in the race, but I'm not sure his internet is going to hold out if it's this bad in qualifying. Which is a real shame, because he's the only one I can really see challenging Chapelele at the moment for the race win. So P's into sector 2 now on those medium tyres, and comments have gone very quiet. I guess this is quite tense, and obviously a lot of drivers who are commenting are racing. With the exception of Kurt Boy, who apparently is here to just see me get drunk. I am, to be fair, I am drinking. Tango, it's done a 1:25.106, so he's gone quickest so far. That's on the soft tyre. Pease comes across the line now, and it's going to be a 26.3 on the mediums. Only a 5/10 improvement. Is that going to be enough to see him through? Well, we've got 4 people. That's an interesting way to take turns 1 and 2. But, yeah, is that going to be enough? Because we've got 4 people who haven't set laps yet. And if all 4 of them go quicker, that's him in 11th, obviously. Quick maths. Oh, no, because someone's just gone quicker than him. And it's Jesse, I think, who went quicker. So, yeah, 3 people go quicker than him. He's P11. Denzo's joined back, and his icon is already flashing, so I think that might be F1's way of telling me that he's lagging like crazy. Don't worry, I've noticed. As we see, 2nd, 3rd and 4th retire. Is this going to be Farhad's first appearance in Q3 this season? Looks like at the moment he's certainly banking on it. He's retired. We'll be starting on the soft tyre though if he goes through, as will Blaze. Chapelele will be starting on the mediums. I think all 3 of them are safe. Jesse 9/10 down in the 1st sector. So let's sit on board with German. He's just started his lap in sector 1. Hasn't set a time yet. So he's got a 1:27.062. That is the time to beat to get out the drop zone. But you want to get, I think, quite a bit quicker than that. You want to be in sort of the low 26s, high 25s if you can. Tango's joined back, that's good to see. Although he is definitely safely through with that time. German looking quite confident through that 1st sector. We've got Liam, Chazza and FTH all on outlaps, or FTH has just started his flying lap now, and only a minute to go in this Q2. Sit time. As you see a couple of cars dive out the way. No, not really dive out the way. Never really in the way. Oh, German got a bit on the curve there, nearly lost the car. That would have lost him time. He still managed to keep it in the 104s though in the middle sector. But yeah, that would have definitely lost him time. Pease has retired. He has said If I'm not going to get through on the mediums, I don't want to get through at all. Which at a track like this, I completely understand. German really struggling with that rear, and yeah, I think that's compromised him. I think he could have gone a lot quicker. I think he would have lost at least 3 or 4 tenths. Masters 125.7. He's opted for the softs. So German only in P9 at the moment. Next to cross the line will be FTH. He's in Sector 2 at the moment in that Red Bull. Invalidated his first attempt. Can he keep it within track limits? Yes, he can. And total, if he goes quicker than a 1:26.318, he will knock Total P's out of qualifying, and we will not see Total P's in Q3. Should be a bit of a shock. And he can't improve enough. He can't get near P's time enough. It's only a 1:27.199 from FTH. That's only good enough for 11th. Emerson's out. Emerson is out. He's invalidated his lap, and he is going to be out as well. Are we going to see both Mercedes out in Q2? Well, we are if Liamia improves or Chaza. So yeah, Liamia further along the track out of the two of them. Let's see what he can do. He needs to get better than a 26.3. He can only get a 27.1. So at the moment, Pease is still squeezing through into Q3. He is now, all eyes go to Chaza as he comes around the final corner. I wonder if he's going to get a little slipstream from German. No, probably a bit too far back. Can he knock the Mercedes out? He can't. It's only good enough for P12. So Total Pease does just about squeeze into Q3. His Mercedes teammate in Emerson, not so fortunate. Tango quickest in the session. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 people. We've got 6 people who have qualified on the mediums into Q3. So they'll be starting on the mediums. Total Peace saying my teammate is a noob. Yeah, he hasn't made it to Q3. Bit of a surprise there. And Pease, you were very close to joining him there. But in the end, it is Emerson, Chaza, Liamia, and FTH who we lose from qualifying. And they will not be taking part in the top 10 shootout, which looks like it's going to be a shootout between Chapelele and Denzo. Although Denzo's lag is of increasing concern, because I think even if he does get pole or get second, I'm not sure his internet's going to survive the race. So that is a bit worrying. But him and Shap will be starting on the medium tyres. Look how little gap there is between them. And yeah, it'll be interesting to see. I'm sure Shap has noticed that how bad Denzo's internet has been today. In qualifying, if he's been watching anyway. Chaza says, I don't mind P12, it's not the end of the world, I'm not too upset with that. No, absolutely. P11, P12, really solid positions. Obviously, fresh choice of tyre. We'll be able to go longer, more flexibility with the strategy. Yeah, I mean, I think it's a pretty good position. It's definitely better to qualify P11 than it is P9 in my opinion, or P10. Just because it's only 2 positions back, but that fresh tyre makes such a difference. The only thing obviously got to be a bit more careful about is you're right in the middle of the pack, but you are really anyway if you're sort of P10, P9, so it's got that advantage. So yeah, no, I agree with you, Chaza. You shouldn't be too upset with that. It's a pretty good showing. And yeah, we are now into the shootout, top 10 shootout, Q3. What everyone has come here to see, and Chapelele promised us a 23, and so far we have not seen even a 24 from him. Or no, he did get a 24.9 actually, I think. But yeah, he's still quite a way off a 23, so he's got up his game. He is the first one out. He wants to get a good solid banker in to build on, to make his life a lot easier. To get that pole position and to get that 23. It might have to be a 23 or low 24 to get pole with Denzo, even though Denzo's lagging like crazy, because he's rapid. It's just a real shame about his internet connection that we can't be on board with him, because he drives through the pit lane and we have no idea what the time is until a while after he's crossed the line. So yeah, it's anyone's guess with Denso, and really praying that he doesn't disconnect from the race, but I wouldn't be surprised if he did. A lot of people out early, actually, straight away, with the exception of Mars and Farhad. Farhad's first Q3 appearance of the season, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, good showing from him. Clearly likes his track. It was a very good time, actually. He did a purple middle, and it was a 25.6 on the softs. Which got him, I think, P3 in Q2, so yeah, he'll be hoping for a similar sort of time, maybe even quicker in Q3, and if he can get that, I think it's definitely good enough for sort of P8, P7. Depends how consistent these guys are. Shap starts his lap, then we know he's incredibly consistent, but he is one of those people who's also vulnerable to invalidating, but he has got a lot better in qualifying this season without, in terms of invalidations, but he still does do the odd one. But he's absolutely rapid around this track, and I'm not expecting anything less but a 24. I'm not sure if he'll make 23. If he does, fair play, he's kept his promise, but that's going to be really, really hard. It's going to take a massive improvement, and it means that he's been holding back, which, you know what, he probably has with that pace. Bit of a slide there from Shap, wouldn't have affected him too much. Obviously our championship leader for the first time ever, actually, because obviously he was never championship leader last season because he joined partway through, but he got very close. He pushed Droftas all the way. But yeah, for the first time in his VIL career, he is the championship leader by 1 point, and very good showing from him. But he's got real fierce competition with Denso. Certainly in this qualifying session and this battle for pole. He's coming around the final corner now, coming up to the line, giving it absolutely everything he can. It's not going to be a 23, it is going to be a 24 though. It's a 24.7, that's a very good banker. Next across the line will be the Red Bull of Denso, but we'll have a delay in what his time is. So we'll keep an eye out on that, but I'm not sure what it will be. Tango's next across the line, 25.3. Then it is Jesse with the 125.063. And it's Rick Dalton who'll be next across the line, and he goes 124.928, only 2/10 off Chapelele. Mars has apparently done a purple first sector, Blaze in the final sector. We still don't know what Denso's time is. Hopefully we find out soon. Apparently on an outlap again. That keeps happening. Blaze does a 125.455. That's the slowest of the time lapse so far. Next will be Total Peas. He'll be followed by Farhad starting his lap, actually, so it won't be a flying lap. Total Peas comes across the line, 25.3 for 1. Very close between 4th, 5th and 6th. That's what we like to see. Very competitive indeed. Farhad starting his lap. Mars coming across the line. We still don't know Denso's time. I don't think we will maybe till he's crossed the line a second time. I'm not sure. Mars now comes across the line. It's a 25.8. That is the slowest we've had so far. 4/10 off Blaze. And we've got Shap going into the pit. Denso's cut the corner, but it did that last time, and apparently he went faster, so really don't know. Denso's gone second fastest. Look how close that is between Denso and Chapelele. It's a 124.755 and a 124.738. Incredibly close. But yeah, unsurprising that that we get that delayed news from Denso, considering how laggy that connection is, because yeah, he literally has just gone into the pits, and then we get the lap time up. Whole lap after everything. Shap saying, what is wrong with me? You're certainly making it close at the moment, Shap. The good thing is for you, I don't think Denso's going to survive the race with his internet, which would be a real shame to rob us of a, what would it be, titanic battle. Farhad then comes into the final corner now. His best time was 25.6 in Q2. Can he better that? Yes, he can. It's a 24.5. That puts him currently P8. German on an outlap. He'll be the next one to, and the final person to set a time so far. So at the moment, Chapelele on provisional pole. but only by, 17 milliseconds or so. So it's very close, and that is the end of my first Brewdog Lager, and it was very nice indeed. So now we move on to the Stella for Q3, and the final 5 minutes of Q3 as German starts his flying lap. Shap said he's fine for me now, I think, because he's reconnected. Never mind, he's not. No, he definitely isn't. I can tell he definitely isn't fine. Every time he sets a lap, he's in the pits doing the drive-through. He definitely isn't. Yeah, Liam, it's mad. It's because he's in the pits, but he's not in the pits. That's how laggy he is, that he's in the pits, but the game is showing him not in the pits. It's absolutely bizarre. It's probably the worst lag I've ever seen, not gonna lie. Quite funny, but it will also ruin a really good battle, because I can't go on board with him, because I can't see what's happening. Like, I don't know. He goes across the line, and then we don't find out what his time is until he's in Sector 3 on the next lap. So it is really bizarre. German's apparently done a middle sector there. 103 is a very good... 103.9 is a very good middle sector time. And so let's see what this time could be. It could be good. If it's anything like that middle sector, could be pretty impressive. German goes across the line now. So 25.2, that is a pretty impressive time, but he'll be a bit disappointed still considering the middle sector, but that's still a very, very quick time. And this is a very quick league, as we know. Look how close this lobby is. Very close at the moment indeed. But yeah, it's a real onto the Denzo thing. It's really annoying, because we're only getting the pole battle from Shap's perspective, because every time I go on board with Denzo, it's just completely wrong. It's his AI is literally cutting corners and going into the pit lane, and then he does the fastest lap, and I'm like, well, what am I supposed to do with that information? I have no clue. So yeah, basically it's just looking at the timing sheets to work out what his times are, nothing else. And if it's this bad in quali, usually the internet is okay for quali, maybe a bit laggy, but the worst bit is the race. That's the big test, and if he's this bad in quali, I don't see him surviving the race, unfortunately, without disconnecting. So yeah, we might get robbed. Mortal's left the session. If someone could invite Immortal... Actually, I can. Everyone's on an out lap. I'll be a nice guy. I'll invite him. He's obviously not in Q3, but he is in. He is going to be in the race. He got into Q2, but then crashed out in Q2. Do I have Immortal added though? No, I don't. Can someone? I'm sure Farhad will be on that. I hope he will. Anyway, my power's about to be switched off. Apparently, don't know if you can see that. But yeah, hopefully someone invites him back. We got a lot of people on outlaps at the moment, and furthest ahead of them on the outlaps is Mars, but he's another one who's been lagging a bit, but I think it has got slightly better, I'm not sure. Yeah, it looks like it's got slightly better. After Mars, it's Blaze anyway, who'll be starting his flying lap. We did have an option actually of a co-commentator in Cameron, who did a couple last season, but he was just going to blast tunes down the mic, which would have got us 1, copyright claimed, and 2, you wouldn't have been able to hear a thing, so probably for the best. Bit of a lock up there from Mars. Fingers crossed his connection is looking better. And we see his time as he comes across the line. So yeah, it will be Mars, followed by Blaze in terms of those final times. His final runs. Mars so far with the slowest time of everyone in Q3 with a 1:25.8, but he is a 10th up in the middle sector. So looks like this will be an improvement for Mars as long as he can keep it together. But is it going to be enough of an improvement? He needs to improve by at least 0.3 to go P9. Immortal has joined back. That's good to see. And he goes across the line. It's a 25.562. He does improve by 0.3, but it's not enough. Farhad still pips him. So next up will be Blaze in setting a time. Looks like he was weaving a bit there on the straight. Yeah, the Brewdog Lager is better than the Stella. Definitely. Blaze, 5.2 seconds of the pace. I'm guessing he abandoned that lap and is going again. Jesse about to start an out lap. Behind him is Total P, is about to start a flying lap. And Gurman as well. So who is going to be next? It'll be Rick Dalton. Rick Dalton will be the next one to cross the line. And I think it is Chapelele behind him. So Rick Dalton, the time to beat for pole is a 24.738. Rick Dalton does improve by 10, but it's not enough to change his position. What about Chapelele? Currently provisional pole, improves to a 24.5. It's not the 23 he promises, but it's still a very good time. Farhad has improved to a 25.3. That puts him P8. Next up, we've got the Renault of Mars, but he's not on a lap. Denzo is, but we're not going to know his time, I don't think. Tango's lagged out the session, so there goes... He had him... he wasn't going to improve anyone, I don't think, anyway. Denzo, we will have to wait and see what his time is. And... Pease is on a lap. He's a 10th up. What about Blaze? He's a 10th up in the middle sector. He goes up to 5th, and that knocks Farhad back to 9th. That's a 2/10 improvement, a 125.1. Total P's now. He's 3/10 up. He's flying. Jesse ahead of him is also flying 2/10 up. Jesse comes across the line. He improves, but it's not enough. What about Total P's? He goes P5 with a 124.8. Tango's joined back, and that concludes qualifying. I didn't quite see what Denzo's time was in the end, so I'll wait for confirmation, actually, of who got pole. It is Chapelele, but it's by 15 milliseconds. Chap's saying he lost about 2/10 just because of his setup being OP. But yeah, he's got pole by 15 milliseconds, very close to the end. Denzo, who we barely saw any of because he was lagging all over the place, gets second with a 24.550. Rick Dalton third, Jesse fourth, Gurman fifth, Total Peace with sixth place. So we have 6 drivers in the 124s, very close, 3/10 separating 6 drivers. Then we have Blaze and P7, Tango P8, Farhad P9 in his first Q3 session of the season, and Mars, the sole Division 2 representative, Division 2 promotion driver who was promoted from Division 2, sole representative for today because Beefy and Gods aren't racing. He's got into Q3 and he's got the final position there, P10. Liam laughing at Shap saying I'm so bad because he's got pole and yet is moaning. Yeah, I don't blame it. It's going to be so much fun with Denzo now. I worry about that Shap, but at the same time I think he might lag out before he can do any harm. I'm very, just be aware of that. I think hopefully everyone in the lobby can just be aware that, it's sort of all over the place with the connection. We're about to start the formation lap, and unfortunately I don't have anyone to pass it over as I go for a wee, so yeah, you're just going to have to sort of stare at first place whilst I go to the toilet. I'll be right back, folks. So it's just disaster after disaster at this point because, yeah, the lobby's glitched out. To be honest, I did see it happening, but I thought it would happen after the formation lap, not before it. We are literally having all the issues at once, aren't we? This is an absolute... This is going to be a 4 or 5 hour stream. Oh, God, I'm going to have to get way more beers at this rate, because... Oh, this is stressful. I can't imagine what it's like for Toby at work, watching this all unfold. I feel bad for Pete, because some of it's, you know, the messing up of the time was obviously on him, but the rest of the stuff, it's nothing to do with him. We have just been really screwed over by the game and connection issues, and yeah, this is a real disaster. But you know, P's asking for alcohol. I mean, luckily I do have plenty more, but I mean, it's not even cold, a lot of it actually, so but yeah, here we go again. We are having issue after issue. It's just relentless. Looks like we're going to midnight, folks, so I hope you're tuning in. Amazingly, we've kept 5 viewers. Despite the fact they've seen probably about 20 minutes of driving in a, 5 hour stream? We've got to wait for everyone to join, and then for the custom grid to be made. So this is going to take a while. If you can hear me eating, it's got a sausage roll. Tune into some ASMR actually. I'm eating a sausage roll. It's a good sausage roll. And I've got my Stella to wash it down with. So, as bad as life is at the moment, sausage roll and a Stella could be worse, you know. I've got that to comfort me. Ole's saying that he's going to sue the league. Honestly, I don't blame him. The damage to everyone's mental health this must have done. Yeah. Not particularly fun. Wasn't planning on using up all my drinks for tonight, but looks like I'm going to have to at this rate. Toby's saying I'm never missing a race again. Oh man. Story of this league. Every time Toby goes away, half the time it's not even the admin's fault, to be honest. Obviously one of the things tonight was, but that was it. Just everything just seems to go wrong. Maybe just, I don't know. Maybe it's just the rule of this league that if the league owner's not around, it just goes to crap. Yeah. We've only got 14 in at the moment. And, yeah, I mean, I jokingly said that, Toby, at the start, when we had the first restart. But generally, now it's looking like it. I think you're certainly going to catch halfway through the race, because this is not going to start for at least another 10 minutes, I think, because everyone's got to join and then it's got to be done with the custom grid, so... Yeah, yeah, we're just, you gotta laugh, or cry, or do both. But yeah, we have got all 17 drivers in now, so hopefully the grid can be done. And yeah, I'm sort of running out of things to say at this point. I can laugh and joke about all the other stuff before, but I'm struggling. Yeah, I think I am going to restart the stream. So be right back, guys.